Hi, welcome to the Rittner Floral School in Boston, Mass. I'm Dr. Steve Rittner, and it's a pleasure to welcome you into one of our classrooms today. The time of the year, fall. And when we think in terms of fall, we think in terms of all the wonderful fall holidays, especially holidays like Halloween and Thanksgiving. And so in this particular video, we're going to play a little bit with some Halloween motifs. Now, typically, around Halloween, we have so many wonderful symbols to play with. We have the symbol of the jack-o'-lantern. We have ghosts. We have spiders, bats. There are so many really cool things that we can play with and incorporate into our floral art. However, today, what we're going to be playing with is one of my favorite symbols, and that is the witch. Now, I don't know about you, but one of my memories when I was a little kid growing up was watching The Wizard of Oz. And I still have that scene when the house falls on the Wicked Witch of the East, and all that's left that you can see of her are her 2 feet sticking out from under the house. Well, to me, that one is a memory that I'll always have with me. And so I thought it would be kind of fun to play with the concept of witch's feet. Now, she doesn't have ruby slippers here. However, I think that the witch's feet theme is a really, really cool one. And so what we have here is we have the witch's feet kind of sticking upward, almost like in rigor mortis. We've got a basket, kind of reminiscent of Dorothy's basket, and some foam in here. And we're going to come up with a design for Halloween based on the theme of witch and witch's feet. And so we're all set to go. We've got our foam in place. Let's play with some flowers. I think you're really going to enjoy it. I'm going to start off with one of my favorite flowers. This is a flower that everybody loves. It is a flower that has become very, very, very popular, and that is hydrangea, our hydrangea. These are amazing. People love hydrangea, and they come in a wide variety of amazing and wonderful colors. They're big, they're showy. At this time of the year, we can get these really, really cool ones that are kind of green in color. They're green with a little bit of touch of almost lavender in them. And so I thought it would be kind of fun to start with these. One of the nice things about using a flower like hydrangea is that it tends to fill space very, very quickly. So you can get some really, really cool effects with your hydrangea. And you don't have to work very, very hard with it. It's a prestige flower. People love them. They're showy. They fill space very, very nicely. And you can't go wrong with them. It is just an amazing, amazing flower. And so you notice that it's not taking very much. I placed one hydrangea over on one side, one on the other, a couple over here to either side of the feet, of the legs. I'm placing one in towards the middle, and look at how that fills up space very, very, very quickly for us, and we come up with an interesting effect. Now we're going to mix our hydrangea with some other things. You never can go wrong when you mix your hydrangea with your roses, and roses, of course, are a wonderful flower. They are also a prestige flower. And I'm playing with the themes of the season in terms of the color factor, because we can get some beautiful roses at this time of the year that are orange and yellow. We're playing with a few of the yellow ones in here. And you'll notice that I'm just taking it, working it in, gradually working my way across. I'm not coming up too high. I want to come up high enough to get an impact with my flower, but I don't want to come up so high that you can't see those 2 witches' legs that are sticking out. I'm going to place this one over here, and then let's add one more of our roses and get it in over onto the other side. Forgive me, my viewer, while I'm just taking my flower and cutting it. And I'm going to get this over here. And now we've got our roses in place. Now let's see, what other mischief can we do on this kind of design? Oh, well, I've got some Fujis. Fujis are a great flower. They're very, very pretty. They're very showy. And I'm going to work a Fuji over here. And I'm playing with a green Fuji because the green Fujis work just about well with just about anything. And it's a pretty flower and it gives us a very, very nice effect. I'm going to stick a second one right over here. And you can see that that's filling in very, very nicely for me. Now, let's play with something else. So far, we played with some hydrangea, some roses. We've got a couple of Fujis in there. I'm going to play with a carnation, and I'm not going to play with a typical color. I'm going to take one that's kind of a red violet, and I'm going to mix that in, which is going to kind of pick up on some of the little violet pinky effect from our hydrangea. And again, it doesn't take much. We're taking a little of different things and mixing them together. I'll work another one up here. And let's see, I'm going to find another one and see if we can get it into another spot. Ah, here we go. I'll take this one and let's work it right over here. And you can see that that fills it in very, very nicely. Now, we used the green of our Fuji, and we used also a green in our hydrangea. Let's play with another green flower. This is called an Athos palm, It is a very, very pretty flower. Here, let me show you one, my viewer. It's a very, very pretty flower. It gives a very, very neat effect, and they last very, very well. So I'm going to work a few of my Athos palms in here, and I'm going to just gradually work a few of them here and there to give contrast in terms of size and shape and form. And I'm going to work one in here. And I'm just gradually working my way across. And just bear with me, my viewers, I cut a couple more flowers here that I can place in to show you, because I think you'll find this gives us a very, very cool effect. And notice that it doesn't take very many of them. I'm just gradually working them here and there, working from one side to the other, adding my my Athos palms here and there to create a little bit of contrast in terms of my materials. So the Athos palms work very, very nicely. And again, they pick up on the green from my Fuji and the green of my hydrangea. I want to get one more in here, and I'm going to work that right over there. Doesn't that give a nice effect? Now, I could stop at this point if I wanted to, but wait, there's more. When we're thinking in terms of Halloween, we think macabre and scary and things like that. And so why don't we take a few branchy things, and I'm deliberately picking a few branches that are a little bit they look like they've seen better days. They look a little bit macabre and kind of scary, because we all love to be scared a little bit on the holiday. And I don't think branches alone will scare us. Certainly the witch's feet play an important role in that. But by working a few of these in, I think that this kind of repeats the theme and gets that idea across. So I'm working a few of my branches here and there in through the design to come up with something that is really, really interesting. And I'm putting one here and there, just gradually doing it. It gives us a little bit of texture. It gives us a little bit of contrast in terms of our material. And notice how that's going there. Now at this point, I do want to cover a little of my mechanics. You noticed when we started, we did have some sheet moss worked in here. I'm going to take a little bit of my favorite material. Here at Ritner's Floral School, we call it Stephen here. It's actually Spanish moss. And here and there, I can work a little of this in through my design to come up with a finished kind of result. Now this design could be made all the way around, or it could be made one-sided. I'm choosing to do it one-sided here. It's the kind of design that will work very, very well in an entry area, in a bay window. When people come into your home to visit on the holiday, it works very, very nicely in that capacity. Let's not forget that flowers and floral products can really have a major impact in terms of creating space, creating an atmosphere, and adding to our festivities and to our parties. And I think that this little novelty design certainly does it very, very well. Well, my viewer, we've covered a lot in a short period of time. Quick, easy, and fun. That's the Ritner Floral School way. I hope, my viewer, that you've enjoyed this brief demonstration. We enjoyed presenting it to you. Go out and get your witch's feet, cut them out of cardboard, cut them out of styrofoam, make your own, stick them in baskets, decorate them, have a great time. And we hope that you enjoyed having fun with flowers and the Halloween season here at Ritner's Floral School. On behalf of all of us, I'm Dr. Steve Ritner. We thank you for coming in and visiting with us today.